first pitch is moments away here in Miami. Major League Baseball on the Show starts now. With the sun struggling to peek through, MLB The Show coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today, it's the rubber match of this three-game series, as it'll be the Houston Astros taking on the Florida Marlins. And hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian along with you. To my left is Dave Campbell. To my right, Rex Hudler. And Soup, let's begin with you. What's something to keep our eyes on in this matchup?
Well, Matt, this is the kind of game that could come down to who can outmanage the other guy. Obviously, games are won or lost on the field, but properly managing your players has a tangible effect on the outcome of any matchup.
All right, Dave, thanks. We'll hear from Rex in a minute, but now we'll get a look at the batting order for the visiting Houston Astros, and it's brought to us by State Farm. Call, click, or visit and start saving today. They'll match up against one of the top prospects around, a former North Carolina star, left-hander Andrew Miller. And in the field, the Marlins will align themselves like this. Into the box now stands the leadoff man, Michael Bourne, and we are ready for baseball. Underway at the ballpark this afternoon as the first pitch is in there for strike one.
Good late break there. Good pitch to get ahead on.
First pitch, 1-10.
The pitch. And a good spot for that pitch is it's chopped foul. And this is hit hard to the right side, but foul. Ready with another 0-2. And he just does manage to fight this one off as it's fouled away. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
And he likes to throw that slider off the fastball. Might want to make a mental note of that one.
One-two pitch is a slider that misses. 2-2.
The longer this at-bat goes, the more it swings into a hitter's favor.
And a fastball swung on and missed, and the leadoff man is gone to open up the ball game.
Now look there at his numbers from the last time out, and you can see he comes off a winning performance, so he should be in good form out there today.
Jeff Keppinger will get his first shot at it here. In there for strike one. Fouled back. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-2.
Wow, and you can bet he was saving that pitch. Good job to lay off.
Now the pitch. And 2-2.
And you can see what he's trying to do with these last two pitches, hoping to get him to reach out for something.
Looks at a fastball low here, and it's full, 3-2.
From 0-2 to 3-2, he is really making him work out there.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Oh, and just a great pitch here on 2-2. That changeup just bottoms out right there. Very tough to do anything with that.
So now 2 are gone in the inning for Carlos Lee. Now a bullet foul as the third base coach had to give it the old Olay that time. Ball 1.
Nothing good now, Carlos.
Wow, and he took something off of it there. It's 1-2. And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away. And he takes very close to the inside corner here. 2-2 though. Now a fastball that's popped up now towards short right field. Under it is Ugla as he tucks this one away to retire the side. A strong half inning of work there from Andrew Miller. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. Starting lineup for the Marlins looks like this. Again, courtesy of State Farm. And set to face these guys. There you see the numbers for the veteran right-hander Brian Moeller. A look there at the Astros defensively as the focus will be on a first-time Gold Glover out there roaming center field, Michael Bourne. And now the center fielder Johnny Damon's in to kick off the home half of the first. Cold strike at the letters, 0-1. Now a ball lined towards center field. And that's down for a leadoff single for Damon.
Yeah, and this afternoon's off to a good start for these guys already. They had a 1-2-3 top half, and now they've got their leadoff man on here.
Chris Coughlin will get his first opportunity now. Try and pitch out here, but Damon stays put at first.
And now I wonder if you dare pitch out twice in a row.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Now a ball swung on and taken the opposite way out toward fairly deep left center. And he will get there to make the running catch as that ball hung up just a little bit too long. Our umpires for today's ball game, behind the plate is the crew chief, MacArthur Mac Harvey. Chuck Price is at first, Clyde Washington out at second, and Earl Hendricks rounds out the crew over at third. Hanley Ramirez digs in at the plate. Cut fastball taken for strike one.
And at the plate, he's just one home run shy of 30 dingers on the season, so he might be gunning for it here.
Damon leads. Here's the pitch. And low, it's a ball and a strike.
Boy, keeping this guy off base is going to be a real key to the ball game going forward.
Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Sliced down the line at first. The second for one. Throw on to first won't be in time, so they just get the one there.
Yeah, maybe a moment's hesitation there getting the ball out of the glove, and that was enough to beat it out at the back end. Shows you how much things have to be perfect to turn a double play.
So a runner at first with two away, and that'll bring in the powerful second baseman, Dan Uggla. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. He's ready now, the pitch. And this is pop foul, but perhaps playable behind first. And nope, this one falls, so he'll get another shot. Sliced hard, but foul. Look out over there. And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane of the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. Throw to first is in time, though, so the drop third strike doesn't hurt him as the side is retired. Hunter Pence leads things off now in the top half of the second. And now a pitch on the way. In there, no balls and a strike.
And this guy at the plate has 8 home runs this month alone, so he's been red hot of late.
Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
And for the most part, he's been held in check in the series so far, just 2 for 9.
And a fastball runs in a bit too close for comfort that time.
And he likes to put that thought in your mind that he's not afraid to come in with the hard stuff.
And a slider that time as it's hit on the ground but foul. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. And this is fouled straight back. And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2. And he just manages to stay alive here as he fights this one foul. And that misses for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
And folks, that's what you call working the walk there. 9 pitches. That was a great at-bat.
Pedro Feliz will be the batter. Now the first pitch. There's a drive high in the air and deep to left center field. And out of here! So a 2-run home run for Pedro Feliz. Number 17 for him on the season, and the Astros have taken a 2-0 lead.
And you think this guy's hot enough? We've played 3 games in the series, and that is his 3rd home run. You gotta love that ratio.
Kazuo Matsui will dig in here. Swinging a hard liner to center field. Damon is there, and he has it for the first out.
And these guys have really hit this pitcher hard. Even their outs in the outfield are line drives.
Jeff Blum steps in now.
Come on, bring this guy up.
Fooled him a bit as this is hit high in the air towards right center and shallow. Damon will call everyone off and track it down for out number 2.
Ball slicing away from him there, but that's a good jump and a good first step as he runs this one down.
J.R. Tolles will step in now. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Now a fastball popped high in the air over toward the right side of the infield. Cantu is there, and the side is retired. Astros plate 2 on the 2-run home run. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's now 2-0 Houston. Jorge Cantu will start things off in the bottom of the second. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss on a ball inside, 0-1.
Boy, what better way to spend a Sunday afternoon than at the old ballpark?
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1.
See if they try and stay out there again.
And he takes one off the inside corner for ball 2.
And now on the mound, you lose the advantage of strike 1 by missing with 2 straight.
Now the pitch. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, but this is back into the seats, a foul ball. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
And already here this afternoon, you can tell he looks much sharper than he did last time out. His fastball seems like it has a little extra zip to it that was lacking in his last start.
Cody Ross will step in, working on a nice 5-game hitting streak. Now the first pitch. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. And here's a fastball called for strike 2. One out, nobody on. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Breaking ball, called third strike as that catches the zone for out number 2.
And here you go in show motion. We'll give you a side angle shot to see how high this pitch is. Looks like it passes the plate right about shin high. Maybe a little questionable, but pretty close.
Wes Helms will stand in for the first time here. First pitch coming. And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. And here's his fastball for a called strike 1, and he's hitting an even 90 on the gun.
Yeah, and that fastball showing plenty of life to it in these first couple of innings.
Swing and a ball hit out toward right center. Bourne will get under it, though, and he puts it away to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They're still down. It's 2-0. Brian Moeller is ready to go here as we begin the third. Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. Now here's the pitch. And there's ball 1. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2.
And you got a pitcher up there that's barely hitting his waist size. Throw him a strike.
Fastball swung on and grounded out towards second. Throw in the dirt, but a good job of staying with it that time as he's retired.
Always nice to get the inning started against the pitcher as he sets him down easily for the first out of the third.
Michael Bourne will try it again, set down on strikes his first time. First pitch coming. Now a check swing. The appeal down to Earl Hendricks at third. No swing. It's ball one. Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time.
A little bit of sinking action on that fastball.
On a ball hit hard down the line toward the coaching box, it's a foul ball. The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2.
And now's where I think you have to sit changeup and react fastball.
Come on, Florida, let's go. Come on.
And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
And too many 3-ball counts early in the ball game will just drive that pitch count up.
Full count pitch on its way. Now he reaches out and tries to dump this one out to left. In there, a base hit. And make it an even 10 games in a row he's hit in now, as that bat has really come alive of late. So a runner at first with one man gone, and standing in now is the shortstop, Jeff Keppinger.
Here we go. Turn two.
And he takes ball one.
And he may just be biding his time over there at first before he's set loose.
Has a look, now the pitch. And, looked good on the monitor, but it's 2-0.
And Mac Harvey can squeeze you sometimes. He's going to make you throw strikes.
Now a ball lined toward right center. And that is going to be a base hit.
And these 1 and 2 hitters have the responsibility of feeding the middle of the order for their RBI chances. And they've done so here with back-to-back hits.
So first and second with one man gone, and striding in the powerful left fielder, Carlos Lee.
Right here.
And a fastball for Miller as he jumps ahead, 0-1.
And let's see if Lee can make this 3 straight hits now.
Runner's on his way to third. Pitch inside, the throw. A tag from Helms, and he's out at third base.
This is just a great grab and release by the catcher. He's got to get that thing out in a hurry, and that was right on the money.
Now a swing and a ball grounded foul off to the right side. From the belt, kicks and deals. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2.
And now an important pitch here, because if you go 3 and 2, that's going to activate the runner.
Hit hard, but foul toward first, so he'll come back and line it up again. chopped at and hit fouled off to the left as he stays alive. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out with a two-seamer, and the inning is over. So no runs on 2 base hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Astros 2 and the Marlins nothing.
Leading off for the Marlins.
John Baker will be the batter. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. Popped up towards the seats as this gets out of play. And this is hit to the right side, but it'll wind up foul down the line at first. And a foul ball straight back. Here he comes again, 1-2. Now another pitch is hit foul and headed for the seats, so the count will stay put at 1-2. And he looks at a cold strike 3 as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number 1.
And we'll get a look here at the grip on that last cutter. You can see he holds this thing way over to one side. And the idea is that at the last moment, it'll cut in towards the hitter, just like that one did.
Andrew Miller will get his first cuts here. Swing and a ball headed towards the hole. Up with it is Matsui. Throw gets him, 2 down. So it's back to the top of the order now, and in steps the left-handed hitting Johnny Damon. Swing, hard hit ball to second. Up with it is Matsui. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Nothing across here this half. On now to the top of inning number 4. The Astros lead it 2-0. Hunter Pence will stride in. He walked and came around to score his first time. Now here it comes. Right there for strike 1.
And he's just 2 for 9 in the series thus far, so he could use a base hit here.
And no offer that time from Pence as it evens the count at 1-1. Inside corner called as strike 1 and 2.
Now let's see if he drops that changeup on him again for out number 1.
And they tie him up in proverbial knots there as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Whew, he locked him up and threw away the key there. Look at this swing. That's what that slider can do to you.
So one away now, and in steps Pedro Feliz. Watches a fastball right there for strike one.
And he steps in here with 6 RBIs already in the series.
Swing, and he puts a charge into this one, high and deep, and you can't forget about it. This ball is gone. A solo home run for Pedro Feliz, his second home run of the game, and the Astros have taken a 3-0 lead.
And when he gets hot, he'll hit him in bunches. His second home run of the ball game now, and this will extend their lead even further.
Kazuo Matsui will step in. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And this is on the ground toward the hole. And the flip will go to Miller here for the out.
And this is definitely a tough decision for a first baseman to make. He can either lay back and hope the second baseman gets the ball, or he can range far to his right and hope the pitcher can cover first in time. Worked out nicely for him right there.
Jeff Blum will dig in. 0 for 1 in the ballgame. And here's the first pitch. And quick wrists here as this is yanked down the third base line. But this is foul for the first strike. And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1. And that's on the outside corner, 1-2. On a big swing there at a fastball, and he really got into it high and deep to left center field. Long run, but he gets there to track this one down, and a very nicely recorded out number 3. One more for the Astros, and it comes on this solo homer. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's now 3-0 Houston. Full slate of games on a Sunday afternoon as we give you a look at the National League scoreboard presented by the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Chris Coughlin will lead things off here in the home half of the 4th. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half.
And he's going to need to turn things around at the plate. He's just 1 for 9 in the series thus far.
Swing and a miss, and he's in control, 0-2.
And he's in that mindset now where he can do just about anything he wants to.
And the pitch. And this is on the ground for the third baseman, Feliz. And safe at first as he beats this one out by about a half a step.
And now they finally get themselves another base runner here as that breaks a string of 8 straight he'd retired to this point. He's had it working so far in the early portion of this game.
Hanley Ramirez will stand in. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time. Swinging a liner toward right center. And this is going to find the alley. Extra bases here for Ramirez. Now Bourne will have to hurry this back in off the wall.
And a great start to the inning so far. Second and third now with nobody out, so you got to believe this could be the start of that big inning they've been looking for.
Dan Ugla will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one. Now here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1, 0-1.
Gotta at least be thinking sac fly here if you're at the plate.
Grooves the fastball there. This is hit high and deep out to straightaway center field. Bourne is there, and that should be deep enough to score the run. And that's going to be a sac fly and an RBI as he scores from third.
He'll get an RBI in this ball, but this almost was much more than that as it took a great running catch to take away extra bases.
So a runner at third here with 1 gone, and standing in the dangerous first baseman, Jorge Cantu. Fouled back. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1.
And this is where you need to do some situational hitting. Just a ground ball up the middle here will get this run home.
Two and one.
And at least he's taken a few pitches here. That's more than the rest of these guys can say.
Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. 1 run on 3 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. And, oh, I think I saw the umpire flinch, but he held back as that's ruled a ball outside. 3-2 now. Tough pitch to lay off of on 3-2, but no signal from Mac Harvey. It's ball 4.
Well, you can see he's visibly upset out there, barking at the home plate umpire. I think this is referring back to the previous pitch where he thought he had strike 3 and did not get the call.
Cody Ross will step in. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Now a swing, and there's a ball hit high in the air, deep to straightaway center field. Bourne is there, and that should be deep enough to score the run. And they're able to inch a bit closer on the sac fly, as this is now just a 1-run deficit.
Sacrifice fly in the RBI that time, as you got to figure he got the job done there.
So it's a runner at first with 2 gone, and digging in now the third baseman, Wes Helms. And a fastball's in there for strike one.
And with the way this game started, I would doubt either club's going to be doing a whole lot of sacrificing this afternoon.
From the stretch. Down and away, ball one.
Don't know quite the reason, but his mechanics do not look quite as good as they did in the first 3 innings.
Now a ball hit pretty well to the left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. And this is swung on and bounced to shortstop. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We played 4 full. The Astros on top, 3-2. J.R. Tolles will make his way towards the box to lead off the 5th. Inside with the fastball, it's 1-0. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. And this pitch will miss low, apparently. Okay, it's 2-0.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Looked to me like we should be 1-1 right now.
And now this is swung on and pulled down the third base line. A dive, but it's by him for a base hit.
This could have been bigger trouble leading off the inning as you see him sneak this just past the diving third baseman, but this is good work in left to get it in quickly and hold him to just a single.
Brian Mulder will dig in. 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Let's go.
And they'll indeed have the pitcher squaring around as he puts this one down. And they'll have to go to Ugla covering the bag at first as the sacrifice is a good one.
Inning proceeding nicely so far. Number 8 hitter gets aboard, pitcher bunts him to second. Now it's up to the top of the order to get him home.
Michael Bourne digs in at the plate. And he lays off there, 1-0.
And an RBI here would be number 45 on the campaign if he can drive that runner in.
And he'll go the other way with the fastball as this is on the ground to third. And the throw forces him to lay out for that one, but he keeps a foot on the bag to record the out.
Wow, look at the big fella making that play over at first. He's going to have to stretch out about as wide as he can just to catch this thing, and then he still keeps his foot in the bag.
Jeff Keppinger will dig in, 1 for 2 thus far. He's ready, now the pitch. And this is fouled into the seats over from first.
Foul ball.
Now a softly hit liner towards second. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. Last half of the 5th coming up. Houston leads this one 3-2. John Baker will stand in to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th. Ball 1.
And whether or not this guy can get on base out of the number 8 spot may determine whether their starter behind him stays in the game or not.
This is hit high in the air and pretty deep down the left field line. And it bounces around down there now. And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
Well, it's still fairly early in the ball game, but a good job there leading off the inning as they get the tying run into scoring position with a leadoff double.
Number 7 will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 7.
And there's his strike right down the heart of the plate, 0-1.
And this is a big opportunity here for a young player to prove himself to his new ball club.
Hit hard to the right side. Foul. Fastball, and ooh, that ran in and drilled him.
Whew. And I tell you, that ain't no knuckleball. I felt that one up here.
Back to the top of the order now, and in steps center fielder Johnny Damon. Some action out in the bullpen, couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Changeup too low, and it's 1-0.
And this game would be tied with just a single, so that needs to be your focus at the plate.
Here's the 1-0 now to Damon.
Now he takes something off there as this is skied out to fairly deep center field. Bourne has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out. The relay throw, and he'll make it to third, and there are runners at the corners with only one out. Chris Coughlin will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Not fooled on the changeup there as this ball's hammered out to deep right field. And that is over the wall, home run. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. 8th home run on the season for him, and it's now 5-3.
Still just the 5th inning, but it's already looking like we may be in for a back-and-forth ball game. The lead changes hands right there, but I've got a feeling this may not be the last time that happens.
Hanley Ramirez will step in. He doubled and later scored his last time. First pitch coming. And a strike called at the knees, 0-1.
And after you serve up a 3-run homer, it's important to snap back quickly. You got to let it go.
And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball, 1-1.
Just no bite on that breaking ball right now. It's just sort of spinning but not moving a whole lot.
Hits are even right now at 5 aside. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball.
Maybe a little surprising he's still out there, but he's not doing himself any favors by falling behind again.
Now a swing and a ball pulled down the line to third. But this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
And you got the big thunder coming next, so you don't want to lose this guy.
Now the 3-2 pitch. And he takes ball 4, so a good job of running the count full and then coaxing out the pass.
Well, when you're already in a deep hole, the last thing you want to do is keep digging. But the walk here is only going to make things worse.
Dan Ugla will stand in. He drove in a run with a sac fly his last time. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
And if there was ever a guy that needed a double play ball, you're looking at him right now.
Good zip on that one as he just throws it by him for strike 1.
And they haven't tried running on this catcher yet through the first 4 innings. We'll see if that changes.
Swing and a ball hit deep down the left field line, but that'll be a loud foul ball. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Second time already here today, he's been set down in strikes. He does not look like he's seeing the ball particularly well this afternoon.
Jorge Cantu will stand in. Base on balls his last time. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0.
Not quite a pitch out there, but a fastball up and away is the perfect pitch for a catcher to throw on if need be.
And Cantu won't offer it that one either. It's 2-0.
And you'd love to get into the bullpen here if you're at bat. They're going to be extra patient now.
Ball 3-0.
He's just all over the place.
And that misses, ball 4, so it's first and second now with 2 out.
Boy, and this guy's really having a hard time out there. He couldn't hit the planet he's standing on, much less the strike zone.
Now here comes the Houston manager out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And he's going to make a move. That'll be all here for Brian Mulder. So he'll depart here in the 5th after working just 4 2/3, and he's on the hook for the L unless this one turns around. And a new pitcher making his way toward the mound. It's the hard-throwing right-hander Matt Lindstrom. Cody Ross will stand in. He drove in a run with a sac fly his last time. Now some action out in the Houston bullpen as it appears both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. Here's the first pitch to him. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
And he's still looking for a base hit here to keep that modest 5-game hitting streak alive.
Fastball, and that thing's a blur up there, folks. 1-1.
And it's imperative that you get a good jump out there at second right now, and first, for that matter.
Now a fastball, and it's hit on the ground to short. He'll go the short way over to Matsui, and that'll do it. But the Marlins strike for 3 on the 3-run home run. 5 innings complete. It's now 5-3 Florida. Brian Sanchez come on now as he prepares to pitch in his 85th game this year. Carlos Lee will dig in. 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. And a fastball just misses for ball 1.
Tough guy to face here to start this inning.
And, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside, 1-1.
And we've seen he's been pretty consistent calling that low strike.
And he takes a called strike 2.
And he's given them 3 straight fastballs, but it could very well be the curveball they call on here.
Now here's the pitch. Just does stay alive as this is fouled back. Good plate discipline to lay off the slider that time, and he draws even at 2-2.
Then again, maybe not.
And that misses, so it's a full count, 3-2.
And maybe it'll take a leadoff walk to get something started for him.
Wrong strike 3.
Tough pitch to lay off, but he did, and it's ball 4, so the leadoff hitter is aboard to start the 6th.
Leadoff walk here is going to move that tying run to the plate. Let's see if they can make anything out of this.
So a runner at first now with nobody out, and that'll bring in the right fielder, Hunter Pence. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
And this guy's hitting just 200 for the series, so he's in need of a base hit right here.
And he lays off for ball 1. Now a slider in the dirt. Good block by the catcher there.
Got to credit their patience here in this inning. They're just letting him work himself into trouble.
Now a slider hit pretty well, but he might have got under it just a bit as this is out toward deep center. Therefore, it is Damon as he takes it for out number 1. Pedro Feliz will stand in looking for home run number 3 as we take you back to inning number 4. And this was his second home run of the game as he's been dialed in so far in this one. Now a ball hit hard but foul as this one forces the third base coach to dance out of danger. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher.
And this guy's got 2 of their 5 hits thus far today, so he's had a couple of good at-bats already.
Lee, the runner at first, now the pitch. And a called strike 2 as he's pounding the knees here. On a great pitch there as that completely locked him up, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
Oh, and he runs his fastball right in on the hands. Ooh, this is what you call locking a guy up.
Kazuo Matsui will stride in, grounded out his last time through. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
And with a righty on the hill now, Matsui will turn around and hit from the left side for the first time.
And they go away here. It's a called strike, 0-2.
No taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat. He waits, now the pitch. That misses, 1-2. And here's where he likes to bust guys in with that slider. That could be coming next.
Three runs, 5 hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. And that misses, 2-2.
And if you throw enough fastballs in succession, guys are going to time it, so be careful.
And a fastball, called strike 3, and the side is retired. So it's no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, and 9 due up in the home half. The Marlins lead it 5-3. Wes Helms will dig in, 0 for 2 thus far. Now some action out in the Houston bullpen as it appears both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. Good slider there, and he gets ahead of him, 0-1.
And he's got a 5-game hitting streak at the plate that's starting to come into jeopardy.
Out of play. shooting for the outside corner, but he missed it 1-2.
Oh, great pitch on 0-2. That's not an easy take.
And he goes the other way and hits this one high and deep toward the right field corner. And that'll get down for a base hit. And now that one will hop over the wall for an automatic double.
Well, it gives this one a pretty good ride, but you'll see that high bounce takes it over the wall for a ground rule double.
John Baker will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. First pitch on the way. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
And this is without a doubt a strikeout situation right here, as you can't let this deficit get any worse than 2.
And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. It's a ball and a strike. And this ball runs away for ball 2, 2-1.
And an RBI in this spot would be his 40th if he could make it happen.
Changeup, called a strike, and he comes back even at 2-2.
And remember, this guy doubled earlier in the afternoon. He could go for another one here.
Two-two pitch on the way. Now a hard hit ball back up the middle, and that's through into center field, base hit. And a close play, but he'll beat the throw to Tolles, safe at home plate.
So they're finding some holes here to start the inning, and just like that, a run is in.
Willie Taveras will get an opportunity off the bench here. This will bat with runners at the corners now, and still nobody out. First offering on the way. Lays off 1-0.
And we're still about a week away from the rosters expanding, so they don't have as many options on the bench as they will next month.
Fastball at 96 on the radar gun, and it's 1-1.
And that thing's coming in there hot, 96 miles an hour.
Takes a good swing, but this will be a foul ball. Out in front here as this is pulled down the third base line. A dive by Feliz, but it's past him down the line.
Now we see a visit from the pitching coach, and he might be giving him a challenge out there. Something like, look, we don't want to have to pull the plug on you. We want you to work out of this. But you got to show me something here. Let's go.
So it's first and second now. Nobody out. And it's back to the top of the order now for Johnny Damon. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. fastball that misses badly there. It's 1-1.
And it looks like it's just sort of taking him a while to find his rhythm.
Contact there, but this is going to find the stands foul down the right field line. Now a double play ball here for Feliz. Matsui on to first, but no, not in time as he really took a tumble at second base, letting go of that ball.
Pretty good job on the turn there. Have a look. But it just developed a little too slowly to get the double play.
Chris Coghlan will stand in as he's accounted for one of the biggest at-bats of the game so far. A 3-run shot back in the fifth that's really energized his ball club. This pitch just about saws him off as he can't get extended at all. It's strike one.
Hard to get extended on those. That just locked him up.
And they'll try and pitch out here, but Damon stays put at first. Now a fastball, but he's able to hold off on it, and it's 2-1 now.
And when you need a double play ball, I don't see the logic of working this guy up in the zone.
Runners are at the corners with one man out. Now a swing, and the barrel of the bat breaks in two that time. But this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. And a little battle brewing here as he fights off the two-strike pitch and chops it foul. And he comes back with one down and in for ball three.
And you can't afford another base runner here, so whatever your best pitch is, that's what you want to turn to.
Fastball, strike three called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are two away.
Big out right there. He might have been looking for something on the outside part of the plate because that just locked him up.
Hanley Ramirez will stand in. Base on balls his last time. Now the first pitch. And he gets ahead 0-1.
And that last strikeout may have given him new life as he jumps ahead of the next guy as well.
Right back with another fastball. It's 0-2 now.
And one thing you can say about him on the mound, he certainly has been the aggressor in this at-bat, coming right after him.
And Ramirez able to hold off on that one, but he still trails in the count. It's 1-2.
And I hope his fielders have plenty of sunscreen on because they've been out in the sun a long time.
Late on the fastball there as this one skied out towards straightaway right. And Pence is there to make the catch, and the inning is over. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. 7th inning coming up. It's the Marlins 6 and the Astros 3. And since we saw the National League earlier, let's take a look at what's happening in the American League on our out-of-town scoreboard. So a new pitcher will come on now as we see the right-hander Jose Veras take over. Jeff Blum will lead it off here in the top of inning number 7. Curveball is nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
And now you just got to worry about getting on base. That tying run still in the hole.
Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. And that misses 2-0.
And these guys would love to have this bottom third of the lineup get something started here in the 7th.
And here's a fastball for a strike. 2-1 now.
I think he's loose. Now the 2-1 pitch. And he'll try to go the other way, but a fairly weak attempt as this is fouled off, and it's 2-2 now. And he'll go the other way with the fastball as this is on the ground to third. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7. Baseball on a glorious Sunday afternoon. Alongside Dave Campbell and Rex Hudler, Matt Vasgersian bringing you the action here in our series finale. J.R. Tolles will be the batter, 1 for 2 thus far. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. And he's not going to swing at borderline pitches. He knows what his assignment is.
The next pitch. And he lays off the pitch up and in, ball 2.
And let's see if he makes him throw a strike here.
And that's over. 2-1.
Probably just take until he gets a strike there. Not a bad idea the first time you see a guy.
Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And this is swung on and sent on the ground to first. And Cantu will just step on the bag himself for the out. Lance Berkman will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 17, Lance Berkman.
Now the first pitch. And this pitch is hit rather sharply toward the third base coaching box. It's a foul ball. 2 out, nobody on. In on the hands that time, 1-1.
And I don't know if this is really the spot to use him off the bench. He's a home run hitter, but he's hitting with no one on.
And he'll go the other way with the fastball as this is on the ground to third. Fielded there by Helms. Throw in time and the side is retired. Nothing across here this half of the inning. Time to get up and stretch here in Miami. It's the Marlins 6 and the Astros 3. Armando Benitez will come in and pitch now. Dan Uggla will get another shot. Struck out swinging his last time. Benitez can still reach back when he needs to. It's strike 1.
And surprising that for all their offense this afternoon, he has not been a factor at all.
Here it comes. And he misses with it, 1-1. And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his third strikeout of the game.
Well, you've got one job to do on the mound right now. Do not let this deficit get any wider than 3. So that's a good job to set down that leadoff man right there.
The leadoff man retired now for Jorge Cantu. Right-hander against right-hander, as this is a ball, 1-0.
And they've walked him twice already. Don't be surprised if they work around him again.
1 out, nobody on. Lays off again, and it's 2-0.
And just eyeballing it from up here, he doesn't have the look of a guy that's totally warm yet.
Lays off a fastball, but it's over for a strike, 2-1.
Ah, boy, when you're a middle-of-the-lineup guy and you get a good one to hit 2-0, you got to turn it loose.
Now a fastball for a strike, and from 2-0, it's back to 2-2.
And now you got to get inside a pitcher's head. What's he going to come with on 2-2?
And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
And they've already shown they want nothing to do with him here today. He's a pitch away now from taking a walk for the 3rd time.
Here's the pitch. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Second time he's gone down on strikes in the ball game, and 4th time already in the series. Yikes!
Cody Ross will stand in. He grounded into a fielder's choices last time. Splitter swung on and missed, 0-1. Now a pitch on the way. Now a swing and a hard hit ball back through the box. And that'll get through into center field for a base hit. And with that, that'll push his hit streak to a modest 6 games. Wes Helms will step in. He doubled and later scored his last time. Here's the first offering. And that misses, ball 1. And that's inside and a bit low anyways. It's 2-0.
And let's see if he goes to his comfort zone now. That fastball down and away.
A runner on first with 2 away. Pitch is way outside, and that's straight to the backstop. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch.
And the pitches that bounce right out front usually aren't the problem, but the ones that are out in the other batter's box, those are the tough ones to corral.
Taking all the way, it's 3-1 now.
Still a base open here, so you don't have to come in with one if you don't want to.
In there, and it's full 3-2.
And now he's seen 5 pitches, but he hasn't taken the bat off his shoulder.
Now a swing and a soft liner. And he'll step on first for the out. The side is retired. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Marlins lead this one 6-3. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Corey Wade is on his way into the ballgame now, as he'll be making his 50th appearance of the year. Michael Bourne will get us going now in the top half of the 8th.
Number 1, Emilio Bonifacio.
And now Leo Nunez starts to loosen up in the Florida bullpen.
Late swing and a ball line foul into the seats past the third base dugout. Sticks with the fastball here as he forges ahead 0-2.
And remember, he extended that hitting streak of his already, so he doesn't have that weight hanging over his head.
Pitch on the way. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. And he chased one there as this is bounced to short. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. 8th inning here from South Florida as you get a look at the line score to this point. The hometown Marlins leading this one as they look to send this crowd home happy. Jeff Keppinger will step in, a groundout victim his last time. Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike one. Hit hard but foul. Now the pitch. Just did get a piece of that one, so he stays alive here. Bases are empty, one man out. And this is near the line, but foul wide of first. Another 0-2 coming. Here's a ground ball to first. And he'll flip it to the pitcher covering for the out. So 2 gone now in the Houston 8th, and here comes a good hitter in Carlos Lee. Swing and a ground ball towards the hole. There to take it is Ugla. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead. The Marlins on top, 6-3. Wesley Wright will come on to make his 40th appearance this season. John Baker will lead things off here in the bottom half of inning number 8. Now the Astros have somebody up in the bullpen as a right-hander has started to warm up out there. And that's in there for strike one. Line fouled off to the left and a few rows back. Struck him out, so he's set down on strikes for the second time today.
Well, you've got one job to do on the mound right now. Do not let this deficit get any wider than 3. So that's a good job to set down that leadoff man right there.
Emilio Bonifacio will stand in. Line softly towards short. Up with the ball is Keppinger. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
And this is the kind of play that sets you apart as a major league shortstop. From deep in the hole against a guy with great wheels, that's just a silky smooth play right there.
So 2 are gone here in the Florida 8th, and it's back to the top of the order now for Johnny Damon. First pitch coming. Ball 1.
And this has been a well-played ball game. No errors on either side.
Breaking balls in there that time, 1-1.
And that's how he likes to work. He'll throw that 2-seam runner and then that overhanded curve.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Maybe too much break on the slider, 2-1.
And they're very wisely keeping everything down here.
And that's upstairs, running the count to 3-1.
And you don't want this inning to go any further than this, so I think he'll probably get something to hit here.
And this one misses high for ball 4, and they have themselves a 2-out base runner.
He looked good in setting down the first 2 guys of the inning, but now we'll see if that 2-out walk comes back to bite him.
Chris Coughlin will stand in. 2 hits, including a homer thus far. And they'll try and pitch out here, but Damon stays put at first.
Boy, and now the wheels are really starting to turn here.
Now a throw over, and he'll dive back in. And another throw over, and a dive, but he's back. 2 out with the man at first. 1-0 on the way. And this ball is popped up right back behind home plate. Tolles is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. So no runs here on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. We've played 8 full. The Marlins lead it 6-3. On to try and close this one down is the veteran right-hander Leo Nunez.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Marlins, number 46.
Hunter Pence will be the batter. 0 for 2 with a walk thus far. Ninth inning underway as the first pitch misses for ball 1.
And here in the 9th, it's going to take all hands on deck if these guys want to make a game of it.
Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour, a ball and a strike.
And this is the 5th pitcher they've used in the ball game, so that bullpen's getting awfully lonely down there.
Here's the 1-1. And there's ball 2 now.
Well, here's where that old phrase, a walk is as good as a hit, really applies. Just get on somehow.
He swings and pops it high toward the left side of the infield. And there's the first out.
Oh, it looked like he was on it that time, but underneath it just a tad as he pops it up.
Pedro Feliz will dig in. He homered back in the 4th. Here's the first offering. Too high, 1-0.
He's got to find a way to get on any way he can.
And good patience there from Feliz as he's in the driver's seat up 2-0.
And the adrenaline might be flowing a little too strongly right now.
Two and one now.
And this is a game these guys should have had, so they're going to be doing some second guessing after this ends.
Slider misses, and he's in danger of losing him here, 3-1.
And this should be a challenge here with a 3-run lead.
And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
And you'd like to think your closer would be able to avoid the base on balls, but with one away, that gives these guys renewed hope.
Kazuo Matsui will try again, 0 for 3 thus far. Down the line, but this is a foul ball. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Takes something off, but it's 1-2 now.
And he'll try to keep the ball down here and maybe try to get that one final double play ball to end it.
On the ground for Ramirez, this could be 2. A diving effort there by Ramirez, but he can't quite get there. It's a base hit.
And remember now, you've got another switch hitter on deck to follow. So that really gives a manager flexibility in the late innings.
Jeff Blum will try again, 0 for 3 thus far. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Missed low and inside with it, 1-1.
And the one piece of good news here, this guy's a double play waiting to happen.
And now here's a ball grounded foul over toward third. Pause, now the pitch. Now a possible double play ball for Ugla. Ramirez on to first, and he rolls the double play ball to end it here as this ball game is over.
And that's fine work to close the door here, as that'll go to save number 35 for him on the season.
Good offensive showing for these guys, but if we had to pick one player that stood out, there's our man right there, Dave. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, man, you can see a couple of hits, including an important home run, and he really supplied the difference in this game as far as I'm concerned.
So that'll bring us to our conclusion here this afternoon. For Dave Campbell, Rex Hudler, and our entire crew, this is Matt Vasgersian thanking you for joining us here today. This has been a presentation of MLB 10 The Show. For more, log on to MLB10theshow.com. The Marlins win it 6-3. Highlights of our game are coming up next as the three of us say so long.